Hi, and welcome to our first Zoom meeting. For this time, what we're going to talk about is some social media trends, and there are a lot of them. What we're going to be talking about as well is your projects, and especially the one paper, which can be a little bit confusing, so we'll go through that. For starters, what are some social media trends? Well, we know that from early readings in social media that more advertising is being done through social media. And the media itself lends itself to more visuals. So there's less reliance on written words. There's extensive use of analytics in social media, so that you can see if you targeted your audience and you can kind of follow them as well. Animation is big in videos. Organizations are developing long-term strategies for using social media just because of the huge impact. And there are large budgets for social media. That's where the money is going in advertising on social media. Because of the shifts in demographics, there is more workforce, and this is one of the things that we had talked about early on in our discussions. There's workforce and talent development. Social media is focused on business to business as well. And what they're looking for is they're looking for targeting traffic patterns to see who is it that is accessing the site, and if these are their potential users that they are looking for, that they're seeking for. They want to, in this way, develop leads. And I liked this particular quote. It says, all organizations are social organizations. And there is a power that comes from social listening. And that's the important thing, not only to post things, but to really listen to what your customers are saying, some of their comments, some of their concerns. Customers are looking for what's in it for me. And that's what they want to find when they go to your site. You want to have the social media in all aspects of your organization. Social media is influencing buyer decisions. I know for me as well, if I'm going to go to a product or I'm going to go buy a product, it doesn't matter whether it's a TV or even an appliance or some other product, I'm going to look for the reviews and see what other people are saying about this particular product. So it kind of informs my buying decisions. There are more paid advertising, if you've noticed. It's just growing because that's the way you can reach your audience. The traditional types of advertising are just not being used anymore because they're not as effective. And the best ones are the ones that are interactive, where customers are kind of creating the content on that particular site. We're going to talk now about our requirements for our paper. And the first paper is just a paper as it is. It's a separate assignment. Make sure that you are using proper APA for all your assignments. This is so important because you're going to be working on your dissertation. And you want APA to be just natural. It's just something you do. And the only way that you're going to get there is to practice. The other thing that I'm going to ask you is not to use extensive quotes. Because what happens is when you use quotes, you're not synthesizing the information. So that's another thing that is part of the learning experience, is learning how to synthesize the information, to write it in your own words, and then to reference the source. We're trying to do that in our discussion questions as well. And the more practice you have, the easier it will be when you go to work on your actual document. For this class, there are 2 papers that are due. The first one is a 7 to 10 page paper. And the content requirements are written exactly what you need to have. It's a formal paper. So you have a title page, you have running head in the proper format, you have reference page, all of those things that follow APA. The second paper is different. The second paper is like you're working on your dissertation, using some of the information that you used from your first paper, and then you're going to combine it with the requirements for the second one. It's a 7 to 10 page paper, and it asks you for some additional information, plus some of the things that you wrote in that first paper. So we're talking about papers A and B, not the first one for the course, but this assignment that has 2 parts to it. So if you have any questions or any concerns or anything, please feel free to email or to post a comment or however you want to correspond, so that we can get your questions answered very quickly. Well, I have enjoyed our discussions in learning a little bit more about you, and I look forward to our rich discussions. Remember that you're posting the initial one, your initial response to the discussion questions, by Wednesday. And then that gives us time during the week to have your peer responses, so that we have an actual discussion. And that's how we learn best as adults, is through our interactions with one another. It's really an important aspect of this course that you're taking. I know that you're getting ready for the holidays, and I want to, in advance, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will be taking a short break in our class and then coming back in the new year, 2018, if you can believe that. So what I'd like to do is to wish you all a happy holiday. And remember, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. So talk to you in our discussions in class.